Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Maya.
Hi, Thomas. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
It's
Doing great.
Sunday.
It is. It's Sunday.
It's actually Friday, but we're recording this for Sunday. you know, but you gotta, technology these days allows you to do things like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going with it. You,
Yeah.
and then you put us on blast.
All right. So, first things first, obviously, here's the podcast right here for anybody. Real Recovery Talk. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple. If you want to reach us, you can always reach us info at realrecoverytalk.com. That's going to reach myself, Ben, and Dr. T. You can reach, and you can reach Ben directly at ben at realrecoverytalk.com. You can reach me personally at tom at realrecoverytalk.com. So we have Maya. Maya is a licensed clinical social worker here at Rock Recovery Center. And Maya works in NA program. Am I allowed to say that?
You are allowed to say it, and
Okay.
I mean you said it already, so
Yeah.
better
All
to
right.
ask for forgiveness than permission.
So Maya, what we do here is you're going to go ahead and read the reading, and then you're going to give your interpretation of it in under 5 minutes or less. Ready? Go.
Well, I was just looking, and it's kind of small, and I don't know if that's
Well,
because
here, hang on.
am I getting older or is it actually just small?
Wait. Yeah, you might have to make it work because I can't
Okay.
figure out how to make it bigger.
Oh, wait, I can do it myself. Okay. So this is the gist for today for May 12th, and it's titled Daily Meditate. Oh, no, Living with Spiritual Experience. So, for meditations to be of value, the results must show in our daily lives. And that's from the basic text, page 5 through 46. Really? Or are they
I
saying?
don't know. It could be a typo. Move on.
Yeah, I think it is. But, anyways, okay. So, in working our program, we are given many indirect indications of a higher power's presence in our lives. The clean feeling that comes to so many of us in taking, hold on, bear with me. The clean feeling that comes to so many of us in taking our fifth step, the sense that we are finally on the right track when we make amends, the satisfaction we get from helping another addict. Meditation, however, occasionally brings us extraordinary indications of God's presence in our lives. These experiences do not mean we have become perfect or that we are cured. They are tastes given us of the source of our recovery itself, reminding us of the true nature of the thing we are pursuing in Narcotics Anonymous and encouraging us to continue walking our spiritual path. Such experiences demonstrate, in no uncertain terms, that we have tapped a power far greater than our own. But how do we incorporate that extraordinary power into our ordinary lives? Our NA friends, our sponsor, and others in our communities may be more seasoned in spiritual matters than we are. If we ask, they can help us fit our spiritual experiences into the natural pattern of recovery and spiritual growth. Just for today, I will seek whatever answers I may need to understand my spiritual experiences and incorporate them into my daily life. That was rough. I,
That
f-
was rough.
I know. I feel like I might need to get glasses, but I think I got the gist of it. I hope everybody else did.
So what do you got?
So, well, for the quote in the beginning, for meditation to be of value, the results must show in our daily lives. And I want to say about that, like, number one, I didn't start meditating until I was on my 11th step. I started with just prayer, and I like kept it really simple because for me, my coming to believe was a process. And when I got into the rooms, I think I always believed in a higher power. I just didn't believe in a higher power that worked in my life, if that makes sense. And so I just like took the suggestions, to be quite honest. Like it mentioned in this reading, I started talking to other people about what they do for spiritual practice and what their spiritual experiences have been like, etc. And so my first suggestion with it was given to me by my sponsor, and it was just keep it simple and like start out with like, thanks for waking me up. Please help me stay clean today. And then at night, say thank you for another day clean, period. And that's literally what I did probably like the first year of my recovery. And then I got into an NA, and for those of you that work in an NA program, we have a step working guide, you know, so it takes a little bit longer than maybe the steps that, you know, the way they're done in AA, for instance. It's very in depth. So it took me a while to get to my 11th step, but it was kind of beautiful because slowly, you know, with the preceding steps, I was even starting to, I guess, cultivate that relationship with my higher power, and already starting to see some results in my life. I was noticing that I felt more peaceful. I was less reactive. I felt there was like a sense of reassurance that I felt when I was in prayer. Like it almost just instantly gave me a sense of calm when I would be praying. Like, and the idea that I wasn't alone was really reassuring. But anyways, like, you know, I just I guess I started to open my mind and open my eyes a little bit and start to notice things that were happening in my life that I couldn't chalk up to just pure coincidence all the time. I call them God moments. A lot of those were starting to happen. And then when I got to my 11th step, I started practicing the meditation daily. And I want to say, like, I didn't see the results right away. And it says that in that quote, for it to be of value, the results must show in our daily lives. But I want to like put it out there that I think it's called a spiritual practice for a reason, because we need to do it on a consistent basis. And like a lot of things in my recovery, I took the suggestions of doing what they were telling me to do, but I didn't necessarily see the results right away. And that's where the trust and the faith came in of like, okay, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to keep doing this thing that maybe like feels very uncomfortable and unnatural to me, because meditation felt very awkward in the beginning. And I'm going to believe you when you tell me it's going to pay off eventually. And surely, but slowly, I started to see the benefits. I started to see how my day would go much smoother when I would start out with my meditation practice in the morning. I started to notice that I was less reactive, like in traffic and like, you know, stuff like that. But so I wanted to say, like, it was definitely a process before I really started to see those results. And also too, I've grown in the process. I've grown in my practice. It continues to evolve. It continues to change. My relationship with my higher power changes all the time. It gets more intimate and close. And so it's a kind of a cool experience, you know. And then meanwhile, I started paying attention to what was going on in my life and noticing those beautiful spiritual experiences when they were presented to me, and not just chalking up everything to coincidence. So that's what I got on that.
Yeah, the only thing that I'll add, the one thing that you said about people or you not noticing the change, I actually talked about this from yesterday's reading. Yesterday's reading was something for shortcomings and defects of character. Mm-hmm. Oftentimes people see this change within us before we do.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that comes with doing these daily practices. And to be honest with you, like this whole one, just for today, reading on a daily basis and streaming it was a harebrained idea to see if I could do it, every day for a year. But two, to hopefully get more eyes and ears on it. Mm-hmm. But three, to hold myself accountable to do these. Now, full transparency, I was going to do the AA daily reflection.
Yeah.
But Ben said, no, I think we should do the NA just for today because it's more palatable, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think the thing that I like about NA literature is that it's, I guess, written in a language maybe that's a little,
yeah.
yeah, like you said, more palatable, more comprehensible. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's easier to read. It's easier to
yeah,
understand. I mean, the messages and everything are all the same. And I know we go back and forth with like,
yeah,
oh, AA and NA and blah, blah, blah. But in reality, it's all the same stuff. But this is something that honestly doing something just as simple as a daily reflection reading or a just for today reading
is a
can in
practice.
fact, yeah, it
Well,
can
that's
be
what
a
I was
practice.
thinking.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
So
oh, this, and matter of fact, I've been reading. Up until they came out with a spiritual principle a day recently, for years, I have read the Just for Today every single morning as a part of my practice. And that's
yeah,
another cool thing. Meditation can look like so many different things. It can
right.
be music, it can be guided meditation, it can be going and sitting outside in silence in nature, and it can be doing these readings. It can be, I mean, it can look like so much, And also I want to say, don't beat yourself up if you're new to practicing and all of that. It's I think a lot of us think, oh, I can't get my thoughts to stop and my mind to quiet down, and I'm not doing this right, and and I'm thinking about it 20 different things when I'm meditating or in my practice. And so I had a spiritual teacher that I follow say one time, he goes, well, do you want your heart to stop while you're meditating? Or do you want your liver to stop functioning? Why is it that you think your mind should stop working, your brain should shut down while you're meditating? So he said it's not about quieting the mind or the thoughts, it's about making the thoughts work for us. And I guess that's what it helped me to do, was to get some clarity in my thought process.
I
So,
like that. Good. Well, thank you, Maya.
of course,
Much appreciated.
always a pleasure, Thomas.
All right. If you want to reach us, info@realrecoverytalk.com. We're on Apple. We're on Spotify. Feel free to reach out. You can reach me personally, Tom@realrecoverytalk.com and Ben@realrecoverytalk.com. That's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, which is Monday.
Monday.
Wink, wink.
And that'll be live.